Saturday, August 5th, 2023, Calvin Castine at the Rainbow Wedding and Banquet Facility, Banquet Hall here, the Blue Room at this multi-halled facility here in beautiful downtown Altona. All these folks have come here and gathered for the 2023 Woodmen of the World, or WoodmenLife as we're now called, Chapter 462 Banquet. And it's our annual awards banquet. Except for 2 COVID years, we've been doing this every year since 1975, and we'll get into that a little bit later on during the program. Tonight there'll be a variety of awards presented. Every one of these is important, but the ones that'll probably draw the most attention tonight will be our Contribution to Youth Award to Norm Bono, the Caring for Others Award to Bob or Robert St. John and Janice St. John, and the Community Leader Award, otherwise known as the Citizens of the Year, to Robbie and Gail Roberts. We'll be getting into that. There'll be flag presentations. We're recognizing fire departments, American History Award recipients, and lifesavers, and a whole lot of other people in the North Country will be recognized tonight. So even though it's the 48th year, this would have been the 49th actual banquet, but because of the COVID years, it's the 47th annual banquet. And as you can see, it's a crowded facility here. The Blue Room is filled to capacity on this Saturday, the 5th day of August 2023. Our host tonight will be Tim Gagno as the Master of Ceremonies, and from there on we'll be introducing everybody that comes up toward the podium.
Could I have everyone's attention? Can everyone hear me in the back? Good? Okay, fantastic. Welcome everyone to the 47th Annual Woodmen Chapter 462 Awards Banquet. This annual event celebrates our members and honors those deserving in the community. I'm Tim Gagno, and I will be your host for the evening. And first I'd like to call upon the chapter's president, David Blitz, for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We would now like to call Father Alan Schnaub for an invocation.
Before I give the prayer, I have a couple of comments. First, I thank the Blitzes for inviting me to this dinner. I'm very honored to be here with you. Secondly, I'm 73 years old and I can still get a date. Eleanor Reynolds came with me, but already we never even sat down. And Mr.
Percy
stole my date already. Now, how do you like that? Oh, what goes on here stays here. And then the third thing is that when I was pastor in Peru, the woodsman provided a flagpole for Mother Cabrini Shrine in St. Patrick's out in West Peru. And I was out at the shrine the other day and read the beautiful plaque that the woodsman placed at the foot of the flagpole. So now let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us together this evening for WoodmenLife, and that you would bless all those who have prepared the meal for us. Bless all of those who do not have the wonderful blessings that we have. And remember all of the faithful departed, especially the members of WoodmenLife, that they might enjoy the eternal banquet in heaven. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which we are about to receive in thy bounty through Christ our Lord. Amen.
All right, enjoy dinner. Someone will be around to let you know when your table is ready to go up, and we will talk to you afterward. All right. Are we ready to get started? All right, let's go. Everybody had a good meal? As always. All right. If you want to understand today, you have to search yesterday. Pearl S. Buck. Calvin Castine will introduce our current officers and give us a brief history of Chapter 462.
Sure. Whoops. I have to back the camera up. I'm a little taller than Tim, so otherwise my camera would be up on here. All right, where's the management here? Okay, I'm going to be brief. First, I'm supposed to read the officers here. Our current officers are President David Blixt, Vice President Steve Walter is not able to be here. They are vacationing. Secretary is Ella Blixt. Treasurer is Brittany Bowen. She's also vacationing with her father and mother. And the first auditor is Sherb House. He's not able to be here, but we do have Auditor Jeannie Bushy is here, and I'm also an auditor. This lodge, what we now call a chapter, was established in 1975, which is 48 years ago. The Woodmen of the World itself, what we were known as at that point, was started back in 1890 on June 6th. We're now called WoodmenLife, as you can tell. We had our first awards banquet in June of 1975 locally, which ironically was about 3 months prior to our actual organizational meeting. At that point in time, the Woodmen was still selling life insurance to our membership. We no longer do that in New York State, but we do sell it in just about every other state in the country. We are what is known as a fraternal benefit society. So I wanted to establish an example when I started this in '75, of what we could do in the community with a fraternal order that welcomed both men and women. So our banquet was held, as I said before, our organizational meeting. The banquet was held at the Anchorage in Rouse's Point, and we surprised Dr. John Southwick with our Citizen of the Year Award and Peter LaFontaine with the Conservationist of the Year Award. Both of them showed up thinking they were going to give a brief speech, but we surprised them. We elected our first officers in September of '75 with President Ed Trombley, Vice President George Cookman, and people like Howard Reed, Father Jerry Blow, Patty Hicks, Allison Blaine. In fact, Allison is still keeping an eye on us, and she was the one who emailed me a while back and suggested that we recognize the Roberts family, and when I brought that up at the meeting, it was all on board on that one there. So Allison's still thinking of us. Soon after we had that first meeting, we had ended up with people like Jim and Barb Robbins, my brother Sam and wife Carol, Luella Papin, Adrian Dutail, Kathy Gooley, and a very long list of others over those 48 years, including this year's Shazy Old Home Day King and Queen, Sherb and Amy House. We lost Linda Gagno a couple of years ago, but we are thankful for the job she did, and we are thankful for people like Jeannie Bushy, Tim Gagno, Floyd Bursey, Eleanor Reynolds, the Walters, and especially Dave and Ella Blixt, who are the glue that holds this organization together. And that's my brief history. I assume you're going to do the upcoming events?
Can.
No, go ahead. I want you to do it.
So upcoming events for the chapter is the Country Dreams Farm Day. That's at 260 Pellerin Road in Plattsburgh. On October 15th, members can navigate the corn maze and choose a pumpkin this year. Special meeting August 28th at 6 p.m. There's a vote on the small piece of land sale to Shazy Youth Hockey. So if members are able to get there, as many people as possible would be very helpful. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. Nelson Mandela. Andy Speer was an Army veteran who served in Germany. He graduated from Choate School in Wallingford and from Yale, class of 1958, receiving his degree in 1962. He joined WoodmenLife in 1975 and worked in sales as an area manager. Andy was proud to be involved in the Woodmen Youth Camp and was also a member of the Elks and the Mensa Society. He remains in the hearts of Chapter 462 through our annual local scholarship. This year, a $1,000 scholarship went to Ty Vassar. Ty, come on up. WoodmenLife has for many years sought through its local chapters to foster a patriotic attitude and a profound appreciation for the miracle that is America. Awards are presented each year in schools across the nation to the students selected as being the most proficient in the study of American history. This year's local recipients are from Northeastern Clinton, Thor Frostick and Desiree Dubois, from Shazy Central, Georgia Belrose and Landon Castine, from Northern Adirondack, Tatiana Tremblay and Keller Leclerc, and from Beekmantown Central, Elizabeth Chapman and Devan Bebo. Congratulations to all, and those who are here, please come on up. That's always a special one for me because way back a long time ago, I won that one. Before I even knew what Woodman was. There is no greater act of love to show a neighbor than to save his or her life. For this reason, local WoodmenLife chapters recognize individuals in their communities who save the lives of others with Lifesaver Awards. On February 25th, 2023, the home of Michael Hilliker and Kendra Bushy caught fire a little before 10 a.m. Our lifesaver honorees were on their way to Vermont that morning and saw the smoke. One of them, David Roach, was a 43-year veteran of the Chateauguay Fire Department and knew what had to be done. They stopped, reported the fire, and began banging on the doors because they noticed a car in the yard and tracks in the snow leading to the home. They were able to make the family aware of the situation and help get them and their dogs out to the car and to safety. When the fire department arrived, they were on their way, knowing the family was in good hands. Had they not acted, the situation would have likely turned deadly for Michael, Kendra, and their family. Roach, Cynthia DeCoss, Hugh Fayette, and Mandy Sample saw this potential disaster taking shape and stepped in to make sure it didn't turn out that way. We honor them for their selfless actions. Chapter 462 is pleased to present them our Lifesaver Award. Please come up.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you.
The funny thing about firemen is night and day, they are always firemen. Gregory Wyden. Ella Blix will now present our Fire Department Recognition Award and flag and a special presentation to the Clinton County Firefighters Association.
Good evening, everyone. Every year we take and give recognition to an area fire department. I'll give you a little bit of statistics on this one. This department was established on June 30th, 1934. It has 32 active members consisting of firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics. And they respond to an average of 300 calls annually. The mission of the department is to perform life-saving, safety, incident stabilization, and property conservation. This is accomplished by providing high-quality fire suppression, fire prevention, rescue, and emergency services to the residents and visitors of the Chazy Fire Department. This past year has been a busy one. On Saturday, February 5th, the department responded to a reported structure fire at the historic Weathercock Restaurant and Bar. The weather was less than favorable and the temperature was hovering around 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Although the building could not be saved, the efforts of the Chazy Fire Department and mutual departments were able to prevent the spread of the fire to other exposures in close proximity, and there were no reported injuries. Some of the department's recent accomplishments include the purchase of a new fire engine, which replaced one that was 27 years old. The membership also purchased a new LED sign for in front of the firehouse, in which they used to keep the community updated on the current weather conditions, department activity, and community events. You may drive by and see a help wanted sign, help wanted message on the board stating help wanted, odd hours, no pay, cool trucks. Currently, the Board of Commissioners are planning to add additional parking in front of the firehouse to accommodate all the members' vehicles. Additionally, the members are planning to celebrate the department's 90th anniversary next summer. It must be said that the members pride themselves on the fact that they have the first fire engine from when the fire department was established, which was a 1934 Buffalo pumper. The antique truck has been restored and fully functional and can be seen at local parades and car shows. Lastly, the members of the Chazy Fire Department take a lot of pride in the work that they do. However, it wasn't for the support that we received from the community, the department wouldn't be what it is today. Our fire chief's favorite saying to the community is, "Our volunteers are keeping you safe and making you proud." Chief Cahoon?
do your recognition. And we'd like to give you a new flag in the department. And we thank you for all you do.
Okay, we're also here this evening to give a little recognition to somebody else. The Clinton County Firefighters Association was established in 1948. Representatives from each department or county came together to share ideas, get to work together, and share assets to better our ability to serve our communities. Today, there are 27 departments, including 4 from Canada and 2 from Vermont. A large emphasis was placed on fire prevention, which is our main focus still today. One of the shared assets is the fire prevention trailer. It serves as a mechanism for fire prevention and safety. It has been used at area schools, daycares, fairs, businesses, and many other functions throughout the county. The time has come when the existing trailer, being over 30 years old, had to be dismantled. Fundraising events are presently going on in our community to support CCFA. We at Woodmen Lodge, 462, Shazy, New York, would like to show our support by donating $1,000 for your fire prevention trailer. Would Noel Richards please come on?
On behalf of Woodmen Lodge 462, I'd like to send this check, go towards the fire prevention trailer.
Thank you.
It's easy to make a buck, but it's a lot tougher to make a difference. Tom Brokaw. Selecting the winner of the Fraternal Spirit Award is not something that's taken lightly. Each year in WoodmenLife chapters, the members who made the greatest contribution towards supporting and advancing the chapter and our organization during the previous calendar year is chosen. So what is Fraternal Spirit? It is the leadership in the chapter, certainly, but not only that. It's an ever-present attitude of helpfulness, faithfulness, and dependability. It's consistently putting others before self. It's an open heart, a soothing voice, and a hard-working hand. The award is a small way of saying thank you to the person judged to have truly exemplified fraternal spirit last year. This year, Chapter 462 has selected 2 people, a team in fact, deserving of this honor. Steve and Dale Ann Walter. Steve helps to maintain the lodge during the winter months. Dale Ann, along with other WoodmenLife members, spearheaded our appreciation luncheon in February for Hudson Headwaters Family Health in Champlain, honoring nurses who helped during the pandemic. The medical staff were so thankful to Dale Ann, Steve, and others who made this event a success. In service to the community, they are part of the force behind Scott's Rink. The rink is having the annual Family Fun Day on the second Saturday in December of 2023. Community Open Skate is also open to the public starting the first Sunday in November until the end of March 2024. It is held in Rink 29, the Roger J. Giroux building, and bring your own skates and there is no fee. It is with great pleasure and gratitude that we present the 2023 Fraternal Spirit Award for faithful service in the chapter and to fellow members, to our good friends Steve and Dale Ann Walter. Congratulations, Dale and Steve. Dale Ann and Steve, even though you're not here. So we'll make sure that they get that. If we are to reach real peace in this world, we shall have to begin with children. Mahatma Gandhi.
Tim, there's
Yes.
somebody here to pick that award.
Oh, is there somebody here?
Yes.
Okay, well, you said they weren't here. So who's here for Dale Ann and come on up.
Thank you.
This is what I get for missing the planning meeting. WoodmenLife is committed to family, community, and country. The youth of this country are key to carrying out the work we do to improve local communities and to continue to pass down these values. We also focus on putting words into action and honoring those who are always willing to jump in to help. With the Contribution to Youth Award, we recognize those who make exceptional contributions to the betterment and the development of young people in their local communities. Norm Bono is one such person. To tell you more about him, here's Calvin Castine.
Thank you, Tim. Norm Bono, working with youth. People coming in here are wondering what Leonard Nimoy was doing here. But let me assure you that this is not Mr. Spock. This is Coach Bono over here. Last year's recipient, George Brendler, was coaching at Derby, Vermont in the early 1960s, and Norm was a star soccer player at Sacred Heart in Newport. I didn't find that out till a couple of weeks ago when I told George that Norm was going to be honored with this award. Norm was a farm boy, and he was only able to play his senior year, but he ended up being a high scorer in the soccer league. Following the 1966-67 school year, Al Rose, who was working for St. Mary's Academy in Champlain, got a job at Dannemora High School. And the nuns at St. Mary's were very aware that the boy from Sacred Heart in Newport, the same nuns, he was looking for a job. He had graduated from St. Michael's College. So 56 years ago, in the spring of 1967, on June 8th, I was leaving work at Sheridan Iron Works. And I was aware through the grapevine that there's a potential drowning in the downtown river between River Street and Main Street. Frank Dumas, the 7th grader at St. Mary's, was nervously pedaling his bike up and down that curvy hill up in front of what's now the Champlain Telephone Company. And shortly after I got there, they pulled his father, Francis Dumas Sr., from the river. In the fall of that year, Frankie Dumas, an 8th grader, badly needed to partially fill that void in his life. And Norm Bono, Coach Norm Bono, became a big brother and father figure to him. And he filled that partial, that desperately needed void. That friendship and bond lasted until Frank's passing last year. I'm sure Frank would have been here tonight cheering the loudest for Norm. That fall of 1967, Bono and Brendler rivalry took a new format. Norm is the coach for St. Mary's and Brendler is the coach for Shazy. Shazy won against SMA 7-0. So Coach Brendler triumphed over Norm. That was their only meeting that season. When I was trying to convince Norm to show up tonight, he said that he had a 40-year NCCS class of '83 reunion that he was invited to. I convinced him that it made more sense for him to come here rather than spend time with those old people who graduated back in 1983. He also said that he was babysitting this weekend for a former student's daughters. Now, how many former coaches babysit for the children of their former students? This one does. In 1994, that former student and her twin brother were devastated when their grandmother passed away, leaving them with their mother who was struggling to make ends meet. Their mother's sisters stepped in to help as much as they could, and so did Norm Bono. Again, becoming a surrogate parent and helping to turn out two outstanding adults. These are two examples of some of the things that Norm has done going above and beyond. Not every experience that he has had with his students were as heart-wrenching as these. But whatever he has coached since arriving here, and he coached for 2 years at St. Mary's before they closed it, so it had nothing to do with Norm showing up, just a coincidence. 2 years for St. Mary's, then he moved on to Champlain Central for 1 year. Then that became Northeastern Clinton, and he was the first baseball coach at Northeastern Clinton 50 some odd years ago. But every student athlete that he's coached would tell you that their experience with Coach Norm Bono was very positive. Norm told me recently that if he was to be honored with an award, he would have wanted it to be in recognition of his working with youth efforts and his coaching and mentoring efforts. We'll ask him to say a few words, but he's a man of action and not words, so expect this to be very brief. May I present the 2023 Working with Youth Award to not to Mr., but to Coach Norm Bono.
Congratulations.
Got your acceptance speech prepared?
I have.
All right. It's a surprise to me here.
You mentioned just about the whole thing, everything that I had.
Oh,
Except you made some mistakes because you
Oh.
didn't check with me first.
A teacher in him is coming out here, but he's never my teacher. He is now.
Thank you, Calvin. Usually, I wouldn't have to read a speech, I would make a speech. I'm to the point now where I have to read a speech. I would like to thank the Woodmen for the annual banquet. I am honored to receive the Contribution to Youth Award. It is my role as a teacher and a coach. My goal was to help our youth in every way possible to reach their goals so that they could reach their goals and dreams. It is George Brendler. I knew nothing about what he said about George. I wrote this, mine. It is an honor to follow George Brendler, who won this award last year. I have known George for 60 years. He was a soccer coach in Derby, Vermont, while I played soccer at Sacred Heart High School. He is a great man and a great friend. Okay, last I have a short story. To the one person who made it all possible to come to Champlain and become a teacher and a coach. One person, one phone call. Summer 1967, I get a call from Sister Jean. She was my senior year teacher in Newport, Vermont. She had then transferred to St. Mary's in Champlain. So after some small talk, Sister Jean told me that St. Mary's needed a math teacher and a coach, and that they wanted me to come to Champlain and be that person. I told her that I had not graduated at St. Mike's because I had changed my major my sophomore year, and I needed 3 more courses to get my degree, my bachelor's degree. She told me, "Don't worry, we will take care of you." I told her that I had no education credits, and I loved and played sports, but I had never coached any sport on my own. She told me, "Don't worry, we will take care of you." So I agreed to come to Champlain to meet her and Sister Mary Monica, who was the principal. That was the beginning of my 55-year career in Champlain. I don't have this down. I had no intentions of being a teacher. He said I'm a farm boy. My father was doing really well in real estate. I don't know exactly what I was going to do, but I never thought that I'd be a teacher. And although I loved the sports, so the odds were really against me. And it turned out that it was the best thing that ever happened. So thank you, Sister Jean.
I need those, I don't have it memorized.
Yes.
I don't know where the night would have gone without those. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Theodore Roosevelt. We all know actions speak louder than words, and it's nice to hear when someone says, I care about you. But it's even more meaningful when a kind gesture comes along with those words. When our actions are aligned with our words, when we live with integrity, our lives become a powerful, positive force in the world. Our relationships are deeper, our work becomes more passionate, and we are an inspiration to others. We may not be famous, we may not have riches, and we may not even be on the front page of our hometown newspaper, but we've made a difference to those around us, to those closest to us, and to strangers whom we may have never met. Our Caring for Others award recipients this year are Robert and Janice St. John. Here's Calvin Castine once again to say a few words about why. Take my papers.
I promise not to steal his notes. Very nice that we've got some past recipients of this award. Carl and Sally Smith are here, and Sam and Carol Castine, who received it last year. We've honored Peck and Jane in the past too, but that was for the award that the Roberts family is getting tonight. But last year we were here, and Sam and Carol were getting their award. Bob and Janice looked at each other and said, that should be us. So we're keeping our eye out there. If anybody else is pointing to themselves right now, we'll keep you in mind. I'm not sure when I first met with Janice, but I first met, probably got to know who Bob was. He grew up in the town, so I was aware of his existence. And Janice, of course, grew up went to Shazy, so not quite so much aware of her, but was when Bob was police chief in Rouse's Point. And he was a lot more like Sheriff Andy Taylor than he was like Barney Fife. In fact, he very well carried on that tradition established by Bob Maskell, and I think carried on in some semblance by right up to the end by Tommy Landry. But it was a friendly neighborhood police chief. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to be jumping from page to page here, so stick with me here. They've both been involved in so many things, it's hard to fit it all on a couple of sheets. From 79 to 91, when their children were at St. Mary's Academy, they were both involved with a lot of fundraisers, bingo calling, concession stands, harvest dinners, and working at the St. Mary's Bazaar. From 2005 to the present, Janice has been very active with the American Cancer Society Relay for Life out of Plattsburgh. 2023, in fact, she is the team captain, co-captain of American Legion Post 912. Dessert is being served here. Very, very coyly, I might add. For Post 912, and her team ranked second with $8,300 raised. Her personal fundraising this year included breakfast with Santa, daffodil sales, raffle tickets, garage sale, track signs, street signs, potty potty patrol at the Clinton County Fair. I did run into her. I was doing a little story on the county fair, and that's what she was doing. And as far as I know, she did a heck of a good job, too. So if you ever need your potty patrolled, give her a thought. And in fact, when I'm out recording things, I record something, and the next day I'm recording something entirely different, and they're there. These people just keep showing up everywhere helping out. She's also supported Bob in his Men's Wear Pink campaign, promoting breast cancer awareness, with online fundraising, raffle baskets, and the street drive. From 2009 to the present time, she's been an American Legion Auxiliary Unit 912 First Vice Membership Chairperson, very heavy into the fundraising. Bob, American Legion Commander of Post 912 from 2010 to 2015. 2012 to 2016, Commander of the Clinton County American Legion. 2016 to 2017, Vice Commander, 4th District American Legion. 2017 to 2018, oops, I'm jumping here, going too far into the future here. 2013 to the present, member of the Honor Guard from Montgomery Post 912 at North Country Honor Flight. The next one is September 2nd, so if you want to see both of these folks, show up at the Honor Flight on the old base. Janice, 2013 to the present, North Country Honor Flight, the Poppy Lady, ensuring that each veteran and their guardian lanyards are adorned with poppies on their flight to Washington, D.C. 2014 to the present, she's the Clinton County American Legion Auxiliary Treasurer. Let's see here, we are jumping to item number 9. Bob, 2015 to 2019, organized with the Champlain Learning Center Summer Lunch Program for Children, where Legion and auxiliary members ordered food and milk and packaged nutritious bag lunches for an average of 50 children, 5 days a week, from the 4th week of June to the 1st week of September, for a total of 9,420 lunches during that four-year program. As I said earlier, he's a 2016-2017 Vice Commander, 4th District. There's so many notes here that it's hard to follow along. Here we go, 2015 to the present. Janice, current manager at the Rouse's Point Senior Citizens Nutrition Site, coordinating and packaging delivery of meals on wheels to the senior citizens in Rouse's Point and Champlain. Bob, 2016 to the present, president of the Rouse's Point Senior Housing Board. Bear with me. Okay, 2016 to present, president and docent for the Rouse's Point Champlain Historical Society at the Rouse's Point History and Welcome Center, located at the former D&H station. Janice, 2016 to the present, St. Patrick's Car Show, selling 50/50 tickets and working the concession booths. 2017 to 2018, Bob, Commander of 4th District American Legion. 2019 to the present, Commander of American Legion Post 912. 2019 to the present, Adjutant, Clinton County American Legion. And then we jump to item number 17 here on the list, if you're keeping count. There we go. 2017 to present, driver for Meals on Wheels in Rouse's Point. 2019 to the present, St. Patrick's Car Show, cooking at the concession stand. 2011 to the present, participant in the Men's Wear Pink campaign for breast cancer awareness, have raised over $5,000 personally. And he does like wearing pink, so that works out good for him. 2021, organized with Champlain Tractor Supply to be a drop-off point for new toys to donate to the town of Champlain Christmas Magic and St. Patrick's Children's Christmas Party. 2021 treasurer for Rouse's Point Stars and Stripes, 4th of July, and American Legion 912 sponsor of the 4th of July celebration. And finally, 2022 coordinated with Clinton County Veterans Service Agency and the Veteran to Veterans Food Program, where they pack or once a month for 12 months, a large food box consisting of dry groceries, fresh dairy products, vegetables, and meat were packaged and distributed to 47 veterans in Altona, Champlain, Moores, and Rouse's Point area. Anything else I forgot? So, without further ado, we'd like Robert and Janice to please come up and take the award from our president, Mr. Bliss.
And it's a great pleasure to present this to you. Likewise. Well deserved.
Speech.
I would just like to thank the Woodmen. We are very, very humbled to receive this award. And it's because of what we like to do and with our time. We thank our friends and family and everybody here for this award. Normally, people know me, if I get up in front of somewhere, I've got a 5 or 6 page speech. Well, I forgot it at home. So you're all safe. So, but we definitely, we want to thank everybody here in the Woodmen for this award. Thank you very much.
Yes, I will echo him that we are extremely humbled by this. And whatever we have done, there's always been backing for family and friends and community. I'm honored that we live up in northern New York. And I can say that by looking at all of these, I can tell you, Calvin, you will never have a problem picking caring people in this community. Thank you.
Heroes didn't leap tall buildings or stop bullets with an outstretched hand. They didn't wear boots and capes. They bled and they bruised, and their superpowers were as simple as listening or loving. Heroes were ordinary people who knew that even if their own lives were impossibly knotted, they could untangle someone else's. And maybe that one act could lead someone to rescue you right back. Jody Pico. Since 1952, WoodmenLife chapters have been privileged through our fraternal program to express gratitude to outstanding citizens in the community. Those who have gone the extra mile in civic service and community betterment efforts through the presentation of a Community Leadership and Citizen of the Year award. Only those who are truly qualified are chosen as recipients of this award. This year, Chapter 462 has chosen to honor a couple who transformed the worst possible loss into years of giving happiness to an entire region. In December of 2013, Nick Roberts died after he was thrown from his snowmobile. His parents, Robbie and Gail, were devastated. From that devastation, though, came a way to honor Nick and to bring joy to the North Country through the St. Nicholas Christmas truck. Named for Nick, the truck took shape from just a few strands of lights on the hood to the decorated and themed masterpiece that children of all ages marvel at this every Christmas season. Work begins after Halloween when they begin collecting donations of leftover candy. And from the Thanksgiving reveal to Christmas, the truck is out in the community spreading cheer and passing out candy. Schools, assisted living, nursing homes, shopping mall, parking lots, and other locations all over the region can expect to see this wonder in lights. Even if not booked to be somewhere, they might just show up around town, spreading joy along the way. Robbie drives the truck, and Gail takes care of getting the word out on social media and elsewhere, with other friends and family jumping in to help where needed. Together, they took the tragedy of loss and turned it into the beauty of Christmas cheer. Christmas lights are a special kind of magic, and Robbie and Gail are North Country magicians. WoodmenLife Chapter 462 is proud to present our annual Community Leadership Citizen of the Year Award to Robbie and Gail Roberts.
I just have to catch my bearings a minute. That was very well said, thank you. As you just heard, our son did pass in 2013 from a tragic snowmobile accident. It took us a few years to actually get the truck up and running. You're just lost in your own sorrow and lost in your own grief. We had other children in the family. We put our brains together, actually my husband did, and he went on a little stroll one day and I was in the house and I come around the corner was this truck with these lights like kind of like, I'm like, what the hell is that? And from that first time that he decorated it, every year it just gets bigger and bigger. And we travel all over. We start like on Thanksgiving Day, our Thanksgiving dinner. We have dinner with our family, and by 5 o'clock we're revealing the truck. Last year we had hundreds of people at our house for Thanksgiving. We open up our garage. We have cookies and hot chocolate for the kids. We do an amazing fireworks show. So people line the streets, they come. This year we have our closets full of fireworks ready to go off. Hopefully nothing happens in our house, but we've already bought them, so feel free to come out. And you know, one of the things that you didn't mention is this past year we actually went to the BOCES to the special learning program for some of these children that really struggle with lights, but we did some adaptations. We cut the music low, we dimmed the lights a little bit. The kids loved it. I mean, and actually I want to say it's probably one of my most touching, heartwarming experiences to see these kids that are often, you know, they really don't, loud music, you know, will make them shy or make them cry, but it was an amazing day. Last year, I think we bagged over 600 pounds of candy. So imagine that. We get some donations, but my husband has a hard time accepting donations, and I do as well, because we do it in memory of Nick, because we spread his joy. But every once in a while, somebody will sneak one in there, but you know, so we appreciate honoring us tonight. We thank you. We enjoy what we do for our community. It's even extra special tonight because our family and our children, our other children were here. So thank you very much.
I'm a man of very small words and short words. I only got 2 words, and it's thank you very much for the honor. And the other thing is, Mr. Costine, I hate to tell you, but I'm one of them old farts that should be at that 40 reunion. But I'm here tonight, so, but thank you again. It's an honor. I really appreciate it.
And if anybody has any ideas for a theme, we're starting to work on it now. We've had a couple of Dr. Seuss. Last year we did the red shoes and Dolly Parton's coat. I don't know if anybody got a chance to see this, but it actually was handmade. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's in my closet if anybody wants to borrow it. It's pretty cool. So yeah, it was pretty stunning last year. So it's hard to beat, but we're working on it already.
All you're saying, Rob, your parents are proud of you today. Great pleasure today
Thank you.
to present these awards.
Kind of heavy.
Look, hip, hip.
Turn around.
There you go.
Hold on.
Cheese.
Amateur.
So we have come to the end of another evening. I want to thank again Brandon Peck and the Rainbow Banquet Hall for this amazing meal. Dave and Ella Blix for all the behind-the-scenes work that goes into planning these things, because it's a lot of work, folks. Calvin Castine for being a part of the planning process. He's always got good ideas. And recording the event for posterity, of course. And our members and officers who help keep the chapter running. And of course, all of our honorees tonight who came, and those who came to celebrate them. So thank you. Thank you all, and good night.
Don't worry about me. I'll suffer in silence.
Just standing in front there? Oh, there they are. Either that or you guys can sit down. Yeah. Said either that or you guys can sit.